Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into How to Be Alone by Sara Maitland, a thought-provoking exploration of solitude in our highly social world. Published in 2014, this enlightening book reassures us that solitude is not something to fear, but a state to embrace for its numerous benefits and inherent joys. Sara Maitland, an acclaimed British novelist and committed feminist, brings her extensive experience to the table, having penned both fiction and nonfiction, including the award-winning novel Daughter of Jerusalem. Her deep insights challenge common perceptions and invite readers to discover the fulfilling aspects of spending time alone. How to Be Alone is perfect for those intrigued by sociology and human behavior, as well as individuals who feel daunted by the prospect of solitude. Maitland's narrative encourages us to view being alone as an opportunity for personal growth and self-discovery. Tune in to unlock the joys and advantages of mastering the art of being alone, guided by Sara Maitland's expert narrative. How to Be Alone, The School of Life. Introduction. Embrace the quiet, discovering the strength in solitude. Consider a neighbor who enjoys long walks alone and prefers the company of a good book over a loud party. You might think he's an oddity, perhaps even missing out on life. Yet what if this choice could actually be a key to a healthier, more introspective existence? Solitude often carries an unjust stigma. People who relish their alone time aren't sad hermits. Rather, they're engaging in a profound, personal journey that could lead to greater self-awareness and peace. Being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. Instead, it's about finding a balance that allows you to recharge and reconnect with your inner self without abandoning your social ties. In our exploration of solitude, we'll uncover how ensuring enough personal time for children can foster independence and creativity. Furthermore, seemingly simple acts like enjoying a leisurely bath can be a sanctuary of relaxation and reflection. We'll also delve into how society views those who walk the path of solitude and why choosing to sometimes be alone doesn't equate to being antisocial. Through this narrative, discover the empowering aspect of solitude and learn that the quiet moments we spend by ourselves can enhance our lives in unexpected, enriching ways. Part 1. Unlock your inner genius, the power of spending time alone. Have you ever felt the need for a few moments of solitude? In our bustling, connected world, the demands of work and social life can often overshadow the profound benefits of some quiet time alone. Solitude isn't just a break from the chaos. It's a vital ingredient for personal growth and creativity. Spending time alone is the gateway to true self-discovery. In solitude, away from the clamor of external opinions and social expectations, you find the space to explore your own thoughts, emotions, and values. This journey into self can reveal deep truths about what you truly cherish and who you aspire to be. Take, for example, the iconic American philosopher and writer Henry David Thoreau. His intentional retreat into the woods for over 2 years at Walden Pond was not just a physical isolation, but a quest for deeper self-awareness. This profound experience inspired his classic work, Walden, which critiques societal values and champions personal freedom and self-reliance. His experience illustrates how solitude can be a stage for significant personal enlightenment and artistic expression. Creativity, too, finds a rich soil in solitude. Many luminaries throughout history have recognized the creative potency of being alone. Virginia Woolf, in her seminal work, A Room of One's Own, emphasized how critical personal space is for creativity, particularly highlighting how women's voices have often been stifled due to a lack of opportunity to be alone with their thoughts. Even in the glamorous world of cinema, actress Greta Garbo chose solitude at the peak of her career. By retiring early and embracing a quieter life, Garbo cultivated a private world where creativity and peace could flourish despite her public persona. Incorporating solitude into your routine isn't just beneficial, It's necessary for tapping into your creative potential and understanding your deepest self. Ensure you carve out these precious moments of alone time and watch as they transform not just your mental landscape, but the very quality of your artistic and personal endeavors. Part 2. Discover tranquility, the art of solitary connection with nature. If you're curious about how to genuinely embrace solitude, consider the timeless sanctuary of nature. Escaping into the serene embrace of the natural world offers a profound opportunity for solitude and self-reflection. When you venture into nature alone, leaving even your loyal pet behind, you immerse yourself wholly in the environment. Alone, with the sounds of rustling leaves and distant bird calls, you aren't just observing nature, you become a part of it. This deep, uninterrupted connection can lead to what many describe as a transcendental experience, a feeling of being at one with the universe, where the boundaries between the self and the surrounding world blur. Historical figures like Henry David Thoreau have documented the transformative power of such experiences. By choosing to isolate himself at Walden Pond, Thoreau was able to delve into profound reflections about life and society, illustrating how solitude can lead to significant insights and emotional rejuvenation. This mystical connection with nature isn't just a source of inspiration, but can also be a spiritual awakening for some. Regardless of one's spiritual beliefs, the sheer joy and peace found in these moments of solitude are universally enriching. Looking back through history, the virtue of solitude has often been integrated into significant life transitions. In the Middle Ages, both monks and knights underwent vigils, a period of solitude to prepare their spirits and minds before taking vows or entering knighthood. Similarly, the Aboriginal tradition of the walkabout serves as a rite of passage for youths, marking their transition to adulthood with a solitary journey into the wilderness. From these examples, it's clear spending time alone, especially in nature, is not merely beneficial but essential for personal growth and spiritual depth. As we continue exploring the nuances of solitude, we'll also confront the paradox of how society often misjudges those who seek solace in being alone, labeling them as outcasts or misfits. Part 3. The misunderstood virtue of loving solitude. It's generally accepted when someone takes a solo hike or locks themselves away to focus on a creative project. But for those who actively seek solitude not just occasionally, but as a lifestyle, societal acceptance often wanes. In an era that celebrates individuality, where personal expression through fashion, tattoos, and lifestyle is often applauded, it's paradoxical that choosing to live a solitary life can evoke suspicion and judgment. Why is this the case when autonomy and personal choice are supposedly valued? Philip Koch, a philosophy professor, delves into this contradiction in his book Solitude. He suggests that the negative biases towards solitude, like social anxiety or mistrust, stem from evolutionary roots. Historically, human survival hinged on communal living, which might explain why modern society still views choosing isolation as an abnormality. Despite widespread beliefs that happiness is closely tied to vibrant social relationships, this isn't a one-size-fits-all truth. Many people who pursue solitude find profound joy and understanding in their quietude. This disparity points to the simplistic view of psychological research that fails to account for varied human experiences. There's also a practical concern that isolating oneself might lead to risks if there's no one around to offer help in times of need. This protective viewpoint contributes to the stigma as well, painting solitude as not just unconventional but unsafe. These societal views, however, shouldn't deter those who feel called to explore the path of solitude. Embracing periods of solitude can lead to unparalleled personal growth and self-understanding that the noise of society often muffles. If you find solace and clarity in being alone, remember that these moments are not just a retreat from the world, but a deeper engagement with your own life. Rather than bowing to societal pressures, honor your need for solitude as a valid and valuable part of your journey to personal fulfillment. Part 4. Embracing solitude. Confronting and overcoming the fear of being alone. Are you intrigued by the idea of embracing solitude, or perhaps finding yourself suddenly alone and uncertain about navigating this new territory? Whatever your circumstances, learning to be comfortable in your own company is both possible and deeply enriching. The first step in cultivating a healthy relationship with solitude is to acknowledge and face any fears you might have about being alone. Often, a professed desire for solitude masks underlying anxieties. Perhaps you find yourself endlessly busy or react negatively when others find happiness in their lone moments. To ease into solitude, start with manageable moments of alone time. For instance, choose a bath over a shower, allowing yourself to fully experience and reflect on the solitude of the moment. Another approach is to practice mindfulness about your solitude while in public spaces, such as while shopping or on public transit, observing your feelings and thoughts when you're alone in a crowd. Understanding that solitude is neither dangerous nor inherently negative is crucial. Historical examples underscore its benefits. Anthony the Great, the pioneer of monasticism, thrived both mentally and physically after 2 decades of isolation. His profound peace and health after years of solitude inspired many to follow his path. Jetsunma Tenzin Palmo, a British-born Tibetan Buddhist nun, also exemplifies the vitality that can come from profound solitude. After spending 12 years in solitary retreat in a Himalayan cave, she emerged healthy and spiritually enriched, with a renewed capacity to connect with and inspire others. By gradually exposing yourself to solitude and reflecting on these positive examples, you can transform any fear into a fruitful embrace of alone time. With patience and practice, solitude can become a cherished space for growth and self-discovery. Part 5. Deepen your solitude. From daily moments to solo adventures. Now that you see the value in solitude, you might wonder how to integrate meaningful alone time into your hectic life. Fortunately, there are straightforward methods to enhance your solitary experiences, even within a busy schedule. Start by reflecting on solitary activities you already enjoy. Common pursuits like reading, watching films, or listening to music, while enjoyable, might not offer true solitude, since they involve engaging with others' ideas and expressions. Instead, these activities can sometimes serve as a distraction from deeper self-reflection. To truly embrace solitude, consider more introspective activities. Taking walks in nature, for instance, is not only free but also immensely beneficial. Solo walks offer the perfect opportunity to meditate on personal thoughts, engage with the environment, and grow comfortable with being alone. Running, similarly, can transcend being just physical exercise and become a meditative practice that fosters a deeper connection with oneself and the surrounding nature. It's an excellent way to sync your physical and mental states, opening doors to self-awareness and inner peace. As you grow more accustomed to these shorter solitary practices, you might feel ready to challenge yourself with a solo adventure. This could be anything from a weekend camping trip, a solo journey on a boat, or even traveling alone to a new country. These experiences are not just about enjoying solitude, but also about pushing your boundaries and learning from the challenges and joys of being on your own. Consider carefully what might excite and challenge you, and plan a solo adventure that feels both safe and fulfilling. Such experiences are not just escapades, they are profound learning opportunities that encourage self-reliance and personal growth. As you expand these periods of solitude, don't be surprised if you find yourself lost in daydreams. These are a natural part of the solitary journey, as we'll explore in the next segment. Part 6. Rediscover joy through the power of reverie in solitude. Reflecting back on childhood, do you recall countless hours spent in the embrace of your imagination? These moments of solitude often provide pure joy, a state of being that we gradually move away from as we grow older. The tranquility felt during these early years can be attributed to the concept of reverie, a form of active imagination that can recreate the intimate, blissful experiences of solitude. Psychologist Donald Winnicott has explored how our early childhood experiences shape our ability to enjoy being alone. As infants, once our immediate needs were met, we felt secure enough to mentally and physically explore our environment. This form of safe solitude is deeply ingrained in us, offering both comfort and stimulation through our own thoughts and fantasies. However, as we mature and face the increasing demands of school, work, and social interactions, these precious moments of solitude and reverie can become scarce. The pressures of adult life often diminish our natural capacity to find peace in solitude, making it a challenge to reconnect with that profound sense of security and joy. But all is not lost. Carl Jung, a renowned psychoanalyst, emphasized the therapeutic power of reverie, an approach that involves engaging actively with one's thoughts, dreams, and memories while alone. Jung practiced this himself and encouraged his patients to do so as a pathway to understanding and happiness. By recording these thoughts, he was able to analyze the emotional significance of each, discovering that many of his contentments were linked to solitary moments from his childhood. Jung encouraged his patients to cultivate solitude as a space to reconnect with these childhood joys, to experience the profound security and happiness that comes from engaging with one's deepest self. While we cannot go back and change our childhoods, we can reintroduce ourselves to the practice of solitude and reverie as adults. By fostering this connection, we not only reclaim a piece of our lost youth, but also offer ourselves a sanctuary where creativity, contentment, and contemplation can flourish. As a community, understanding and promoting the benefits of solitude can enable more individuals to find their own path to personal peace and fulfillment. Part 7. Nurturing Independence, the Value of Alone Time for Children. Many adults cherish their childhood memories spent in solitude, but not as many recognize the importance of providing similar experiences of alone time for their own children. In a society that often highlights the perils of solitude, especially for kids, the positive aspects of spending time alone are frequently overlooked. Creating a safe space for children to explore solitude is not about neglect. It's about fostering an environment where they can safely engage with their own thoughts and creativity. Childhood development experts like Anthony Storr and Richard Louv provide useful insights into how parents can encourage this beneficial alone time. From infancy, children can start to use their burgeoning imagination. Parents don't need to be constantly interactive. When infants are held, they often enjoy simply looking around, exploring the world with their eyes, which can be their early experience of safe solitude. As children grow into toddlers, it's beneficial to allow them some autonomy, particularly in natural settings like parks or woods. Under careful supervision, these experiences can be liberating and instrumental in developing their sense of independence and creativity. They learn to navigate the world, make decisions, and understand their capabilities and limits. Storytime also presents an opportunity to cultivate resilience and imagination. Rather than shielding children from stories that might contain elements of danger, allowing them to hear tales where characters face and overcome challenges alone can be empowering. Classic fairy tales such as The Snow Queen often involve young protagonists who must rely on their wits and courage to conquer adversities. These narratives teach children about self-reliance and the inner strength that comes from facing fears. However, it's crucial to remember that each child is unique, and the amount of solitude that benefits one child may not suit another. Observing and understanding each child's individual needs when it comes to alone time can help tailor experiences that nurture their growth best. Part 8. Finding Your Ideal Solitude. It's more than introvert versus extrovert. The common belief that a person's need for solitude can be neatly categorized by introversion and extroversion oversimplifies a complex issue. The truth is, determining the right amount of alone time isn't as straightforward as labeling someone shy or outgoing. Firstly, the dichotomy between introverts and extroverts isn't always reliable, as people's preferences can vary significantly depending on the situation. Asking someone if they enjoy parties might not yield a clear indicator of their social preferences, as their answer could depend on the nature of the party or who is attending. Moreover, the introvert-extrovert spectrum is influenced by cultural contexts, which can skew perceptions and behaviors. Introverted qualities may be more esteemed in societies like Japan, whereas extroversion might be more celebrated in the United States. Such cultural biases mean that the same person could be classified differently based on where they are or whom you ask. The reality is that personality traits exist on a broad spectrum, and trying to pigeonhole everyone into one of two categories misses the nuanced variance in human behavior. This is equally true when it comes to individual preferences for solitude. There is no one-size-fits-all formula that dictates how much alone time each person needs. It's a highly personal decision. Choosing the right amount of solitude for yourself should be a personal journey, much like deciding on your style of dress. Society values individualism, and recognizing that each person's solitude needs are unique is a part of embracing that individuality. As we grow and evolve, our understanding of our own needs, including our need for alone time, can become clearer. Trusting in your own experiences and feelings is key to determining how much solitude enriches your life. In respecting these personal boundaries, we should also respect others' choices about their alone time, recognizing that everyone's needs differ, and it's not our place to judge or dictate how others should spend their time alone. Final summary. The fundamental takeaway from this exploration of solitude is clear. In a world that cherishes liberty and individualism, embracing solitude is not just a right, but a pathway to profound personal growth. Solitude offers a spectrum of benefits, from deep self-discovery and enhanced creativity to a meaningful connection with nature. Understanding and appreciating the value of alone time can transform how we see ourselves and our interactions with the world. Whether through reflective moments in nature, engaging with our inner thoughts, or creative pursuits, solitude isn't about isolation. It's about enriching our inner life. Embracing solitude allows us to delve deeper into who we are, nurturing a space where creativity and self-awareness flourish. As we learn to appreciate our own company, we unlock a fuller, more authentic expression of our individuality. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.